we shall now deal on to activity in a retailing unit or in a mall. Basically, the object of last lesson and this lesson is to give you some insight into working of a mall so that you are mentally prepared when you go in for a job, either for job selection or for a job interview or to select this career, that what is retailing all about, and that will give you a reasonably good idea about the retailing. Now, retailing, as we mentioned earlier, has a retail operations, and that was basically last lecture was at a macro level, at a headquarter level. Today, now we are coming down into a store level. Store level, you should be able to understand what the retailing could be. In this case, we will not talk about franchising, which we talked about last time. We talked about business development, which we will not talk about this time. We are now just talking about the retail operations. Time from the customer comes in, time he's going to buy the items, the time he's going to be able to collect the items, the placements of the trolley, the reaction of the sales staffs, the duties of the team members. How do are they working alone? Are they working as a team? Which is very important. They must work as a team. If one person is busy, the other person gives him a hand. It is not that senior, junior, experienced, less experienced. It has to be all a teamwork. And to get to teamwork, you got to know the other person's job. And more or less, a retail operation is a teamwork where everybody helps to facilitate purchase. I can't find a particular brand of tea. Well, friend, can you help me with this? Locate this tea. Yes, sir. I will definitely help you out. He may not be from that section. Or, sir, I will get somebody else to help him. So and so gentleman is from this section. He'll be able to help you. So that is called the importance of a member of a retail team. Otherwise, I'll say, okay, sorry, the product is not available. Let me go somewhere else. But a team will ensure that I get the goods and I'm well looked after to a shop. Now, activity in retailing will mean admin support, your selection, your salaries, your leaves, number of staff required, and then there are operations. Operations, as we mentioned, operations are basically from the point a person enters the showroom to point he goes. The layouts of this thing, the stacking of the goods, the storage of the goods, the visual merchandising of the goods, then availability of the goods on the shelves, all that forms a part of the operations. Then comes sourcing. From where do I source the goods? Who are my suppliers? Are they reliable? Are they known for their quality product? Or what they are writing they are supporting? Or is their times, delivery times dependable? So that is the sourcing of the thing. Then comes receipt and storage. I have got the goods. The goods are lying into the main storage, main warehouse. From main warehouse, they comes into the mall, which may have a place to store them. Then, how do I replenish those goods which have come into the storage? At the end of the day, I've done sales. After sales, I need to replenish the goods. How do I replenish the goods? Are you expecting the goods next day, or are you going to take a weeks later? What are reaction times? So keeping to reaction time, you got to have a replenishment policy. Why? You see, your job may be anything, but you must understand the full process of a mall so that you can be a good team member. Maintenance, are air conditioning up to mark, sweeping up to mark, is the lighting okay, bulbs are not fused, toilets are clean, these are the negative factors. So you have to keep, so this is another form of activity. Then there's a uh, accounts, audit, HR, regulatory work. It's all very simple. Accounts is a simple thing, but then accounts have to be correlated into fairness of accounts, information out of accounts. Well, you are selling something, but are you selling at profit? Are you selling at loss? Audit. 5 items are bought, 4 have been sold. Where is the 5th one? So there is a job of the audit. HR, selection, recruitment, regulatory work. There are certain rules, regulations to be followed in terms of licensing. So these are the regulatory work. Then administration, security, how is it being managed? Administration, how is it being managed? Security, are the video cameras or the cameras serviceable? Are the guards well trained? Are the guards doing their job? Do they know where to check and how to check? Are they helping in the accounting of each checking? So that is called the security. Now, again, now we go back to operations. We decide about the marketing. Marketing decides what are the product mix required in a shop. Depending on the customer who are coming, depending on the nature of the mall, the marketing mix is to be decided by the product mix is to be decided by the marketing people. Well, they also decide sales and promotion. Do you sell cheap? Do you sell expensive? Do you give discounts? What are the unused items? How do you attract customers? How do you remain in their mind? So that portion is dealt by sales and promotion people. Merchandising, to decide color, sizes, fashion. Well, each merchandiser is expected to decide on these things and know whether if you're buying a sari, the color should not fade. If you're buying a shirt, the color should not give away. So you also have to be careful on the merchandiser, have to be careful on the quality control aspects and carry out various tests to ensure that the quality is alright. Visual merchandising. Visual merchandising again, which we said in a shop, first most important part of visual merchandising, keep a shop neat and clean, keep a shop shop in a proper direction, proper state, which doesn't give a cluttered feeling. Then comes the store layout. How should the store be laid out? Depending upon the types of good, the store layout is decided. The store layout is one thing, the customer movement is one thing, so they have to be balanced. Atmospherics. Is there music? Is the place suffocating? That you have to, it has to be decided. Ease of movement. Can the things be moved easily? Can the goods be moved easily? So that comes again in the operations. Next, after operations, we come to sourcing. From where exactly is the place we buy the equipment, we buy the items, and what are the labels we buy. Now, these again information is correlated. You must have some historical data to decide how to buy the equipment. how to buy those items. If you were to buy a soap, you must know from where you are going to buy the soap. What are the range you are going to buy the soap? At what price are you going to buy the soap? Then what are the quality controls aspects of that purchase? How would you judge that? So again, there is stores. Stores has sourcing. Then there are receipt and storage. You get the goods, you store the goods, then you forward the goods, and when the goods are coming to a certain stage, you should be able to replenish those goods. Each one of this action requires planning, requires understanding, and it requires a very keen sense of anticipation. So these are the normal activities in a store. And also then there is a storage to retail. So you get the warehouse to retail. There's one policy. From retail showroom to shelves in one policy, and you again have to correlate those two policies. One is the availability of product in the store, availability product of in a warehouse, and availability of products for sales in shelves. Three aspects have to be kept into mind. Then comes maintenance. Maintenance of standby generation, distribution power and utility, air conditioning, safety services, communication equipment, and servicing of the exits, emergency exits. So this is again part of the complete mall management. Now, more than now this thing, we shall now also go and see the activity in the retailing. How much goods are sold, inventory management, how much more should we buy? What are the trend? Are we coming into a purchase season? Are we going into a slack season? If the factories are going to be on the strike, should we increase our storage capacity? If so, how? Restoring merchandise. The merchandise which has been lost, which has been defaced, what do we do with that? Do we sell at a cheaper price, or we sell it back to the manufacturers? We have got exchanges with us. How do we exchange items? What are the exchanging policies? How do we do the layouts of the equipment? What are the trends? Is jeans in fashion? Or they out of fashion? If in fashion, what kind of jeans are in fashion? And all this data needs to be analyzed. So in a short, I have tried to give you some concept on the activity in a mall. Hear this video once or twice, you should be able to get a much better idea about them. Thank you.